With the biggest story of the day, and that is the news that DeWanna Bonner is no longer with the Indiana Fever. It was reported last night that DeWanna Bonner had no intentions on returning to the Indiana Fever, and then the news broke today that the Indiana Fever had
DeWanna Bonner walked away from Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in what many across the WNBA saw as an outright betrayal, one that sent immediate shockwaves through the league. What was meant to be a calculated move to engineer a transfer to a new team instead turned into a catastrophic misfire. Rather than gaining leverage, Bonner found herself isolated, quietly frozen out by teams across the league. The fallout has been brutal: lost income, a damaged reputation, and a legacy unraveling in real time. This is the story of how a once-respected veteran torched years of goodwill in just weeks, and the swift karma that followed.
She said, "I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for the opportunity to be part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitement heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work out, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point in my career. I wish the Fever great success as they continue to build around this dynamic."
The story initially emerged wrapped in the bland language of corporate PR. The Indiana Fever announced they had approved DeWanna Bonner's request for a contract separation. In her prepared statement, Bonner graciously thanked the organization for the opportunity and offered a carefully worded explanation, suggesting that despite aligned goals, the fit simply wasn't right. She wished the young roster continued success as it moved forward. On paper, it read like a smooth, mutually respectful split, a routine professional goodbye. But behind that polished veneer was a far messier reality, one defined by tension, miscalculation, and quiet chaos waiting to surface.
If another team claims her off the waivers, she gets her full salary. She gets her full salary if another team claims her off the waivers.
Beneath the carefully polished language was a far uglier truth. A seasoned veteran was walking away from her team in the middle of the season, detonating instability inside a locker room that desperately needed leadership. This wasn't about chemistry or fit. It was a conscious decision to leave behind a roster of young, impressionable players who had relied on her experience and voice. Instead, they were left alone to shoulder the relentless, suffocating media spotlight surrounding Caitlin Clark, without the veteran presence meant to shield and guide them through it.
Bonner look really, really bad. It makes DB look really, really bad. And it's the fact that she has told all other teams, other than the Mercury, don't.
Once a player's contract is terminated in the WNBA, they are placed on waivers. For the next 48 hours, any of the league's other 11 teams has the opportunity to claim that player, along with the full, guaranteed $200,000 salary attached to the deal. For a three-time All-Star with championship pedigree, being claimed should have been a formality. She was, in effect, a free asset, a proven scorer who could bolster a contender or provide veteran leadership to a developing roster. The clock began to run. Then the 48-hour window expired, and what followed was a stunning, league-wide silence.
And look, I understand that's where she wants to go. Why didn't she go there in the summer? We know why, because she couldn't have got her max contract. And by the way, people are like, oh, they can give her the minimum. No, they can't. The Phoenix Mercury can give her a prorated $80,000 salary for the rest of the year. So she's only going to lose about 30K-ish. And she's going to lose about 40, 50K. Whereas they would have been only able to sign her earlier on. Well, they would only be able to sign her for nothing. Because again, we can't forget as well, the Phoenix Mercury cut Sevgi. The Phoenix Mercury have a bunch of players signed on hardships and a bunch of players that they can cut. Like they literally cap space magicked up. And as soon as cap space magics up for the India or for